Who keeps us cheering year after year? Who's got the ballpark? That's so Who's Cleveland fans with so much Cleveland pride? Who's talking baseball? We're talking Guards. Who's talking baseball? We're talking Guards. Nobody plays harder than the Guards. We've got the players. These guys are really high. We've got a future, we're headed to the top. We're on the warpath, it's spreading far and wide. We're talking baseball, we're talking Guards. We're talking baseball, we're talking Guards.
Guards-Maniacs, what's going on? Thank you for joining us here. We are live at Dick's House of Sport at South Park Mall in Strongsville. I'm Gary Lee Fair, back with ES Green.
How you guys doing tonight? This is exciting.
Yeah.
I don't make it out to the west side too often, and this place, Dick's House of Sport, is just amazing.
Oh, dude, it's been awesome here so far. We are out here enjoying everything that's out here, man. If you have any needs for literally any sport, Dick's House of Sport is, man, this place is awesome. It's like, it's almost like a cross between like Top Golf and I don't even know what else. Dick's Sporting Goods and like
ESPN Zone.
An ESPN Zone. I mean, yeah, this place is
so much interactive stuff to do here. Batting cages, driving range.
Yeah, dude, like at the batting cage, you can do baseball, lacrosse, hockey, soccer. I mean, there's so much cool stuff to be doing here. But we're here watching the Guards game. The Guardians are down 1-0. Looks like we're going to be in the top of the ninth here. Parker Messick, dude, once again is just pitching a gem for the Cleveland Guardians.
Absolutely, he's been phenomenal all year, and it's just unfortunate they couldn't give him any run support.
Yeah, once again, I mean, this is the I'm sorry, we are still in the bottom of the eighth. He left with 2 outs and run on first. But I mean, this is the story of the Guardians all year long. Here is that
Absolutely.
Great pitching and lack of run support. And Quan
Led off the game with that double.
He's hitting again.
He's hitting, and it's the Quan we need to be in this line.
Yeah,
for this lineup to win. That's the Quan we definitely need
for sure. But this is also the Quan that Stephen Quan. He's a guy that just frustrates the heck out of you because Quan. He can get hot, but he gets so cold.
Yes,
he's a guy that hits 400 for half a year, then hits 170 the rest of the year.
And we've talked about this plenty of times before that he has 1/4 of a good season, maybe 1/3 of a good season, and then that's all he's been able to turn in. And it'd be nice to see him put it all together and be consistent.
Yeah,
at least finish the season hot so we can make the playoffs here
for sure. But it just doesn't seem to be like he's that guy. So I'm kind of glad he turned down those long-term deals. I don't necessarily know that I want to lock this guy up long-term $20-30 million a year. But, if he can finish this year off strong, at least hit 280, something like that for the rest of the year. I know that, his numbers for the rest of the year combined are not going to be that great. But if he can finish this year off hitting 280, 290, it definitely can be a spark that this team needs.
Yeah. And I'm with you. I don't see putting in 20 million a year for this guy. No matter what he does at this point, because the power is not there, and just those cold streaks are just too debilitating to the lineup
for sure.
And it's nice that he's in the one hole now, and he seems to be rolling. It's good to me because I think Bazzana can use to be pushed down the lineup, and I know he likes to bat lead off Bazzana, but I think he's putting a little bit too much on himself right now, and sending him down in the order is only going to help him. And if Quan's hitting, offense is going. And unfortunately, like we said, Quan leads off with a double, and they were unable to score a run that first inning. You have your 2, 3, and 4 hitter up after that, and you got to score. It's a 1-0 game. Here we are.
And I mean, you're down in Tampa. They're wearing Devil Rays uniforms.
I love the Devil Rays uniforms.
But I'm just saying, the Devil Rays just were not that good when they were the Devil Rays. So of any time that you're going to go down to Tampa and you're going to win, you should be going down when they're winning those uniforms. And they cannot go down there and produce offense.
Very, very true.
And, they've had a couple of hot streaks throughout the year. But this is definitely, I think, for the offense to go cold, this is the right time, right before the trade deadline. No ifs, ands, or buts. The Guardians need help
Yes.
at offense.
Yes.
And there are some times where some guys can get hot. And I think it can create a mirage
Yes.
where maybe the front office doesn't think that they necessarily need to go out and make a move. Or sometimes you have young guys come up like Travis Bazana comes up and you go, we don't need to make a move. Right? This offense is going to be fine. I think this, last 4 or 5 games here have showed you that the offense needs to be a little deeper.
It's not going to be fine. Right. Yeah. You cannot have Brian Rocchio as your number 4 hitter.
For sure. He's not your cleanup hitter.
He can't be a cleanup hitter on a championship caliber team.
For sure. He could be your number 2 hitter. He could be your number 8, your number 9 hitter.
Yeah. But it shows us our lack of power and
depth.
Yeah.
And so, there's guys out there that are, that should be available. One of those guys out there has a hit today. He's DHing for the Orioles. He's 1 for 1. Taylor Ward is out there and he's available. And
he would be a good piece. I think he'd be a rental, right? Or has he got 1 more year?
He is a rental, but man,
you got to put all in if you're going to make a run for this thing. Or and that's, to me, that's not all in, but it's at least a move in the right direction.
For sure. It's one of the moves, one of the things that you would have to do to try and, solidify this team. And, as we're talking here, we are in the top of the 9th and Quan just grounded out. So you have 1 out here for the Guardians and Jose Ramirez coming up to bat. And it can't always be on Jose Ramirez.
No. And especially when he's not being Jose this year, unfortunately, he has not put up the numbers we're accustomed to. And I think it's showing for the whole team.
For sure. And the problem, I think one of the big problems in all of this is you can't expect Jose Ramirez to always put up those numbers when you don't have hitting around him. And it's not and this is not to, say anything about any of the guys around him, but you have one superstar.
Yeah.
And you have one superstar and then a cast of young guys always around him that you're looking to, use as your depth around him. And that's really not fair to those guys. It's not fair to him.
No.
And eventually, the numbers are going to catch up with him for him. Jose Ramirez needs some help around him.
Yeah.
And this year there are some guys available. And I think especially with the looming strike that could be happening or whatever it is that's going to be happening here with,
labor dispute,
the labor dispute and all those sorts of things. The Guardians really could be in a position to, I don't know if I'm using the correct euphemism here, but strike while the iron's hot. There's a situation here where the Guardians might be able to go and get a guy that they wouldn't be able to normally go and get. Teams might be trying to get out from underneath some payroll. I'm not saying that Francisco Lindor is a guy that you want to go get, but when else have you heard of a team willing to eat $60 million of a contract for a guy like Francisco Lindor?
To watch him play for somebody else. That's incredible. That's incredible. Do you take a swing at him again? We've been down the Lindor path.
You have,
but we were a winner when he was here.
For sure.
And he can bring an extra edge to this team, the power from shortstop. Although, he's not having his best year either.
He's not.
Probably why he's available. But yeah, we've mentioned a few guys. I know you guys were politely trolling me in the text chain the other day about Curtis Mead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was sad to see him go to the Red Sox. But so there's not that big splash guy. They can do it. The Guardians can do it. They have the depth in the minor leagues, I think, prospect wise, to package them up and get something good. Do they want to? That's what the question is. These young guys are going to be pushing these guys that are up here now for time soon anyway. Martinez's time's going to be up soon if you don't, start getting on base more than 29% of the time.
Unless he keeps hitting for power.
He should be the cleanup hitter, in my opinion. Although his average is kind of, like I said, his average on base is low, but
yeah. But with a team like the Guardians, when you have guys that just aren't hitting for power, you kind of, those are the sacrifices that you got to make. You don't have multi-tool guys. So when you have a guy that has a strong single tool, that's kind of what you give up one for another.
Yeah.
And so the trade market is the only place that you're going to be able to go and get guys that have multiple tools.
Yes.
And normally before they changed how the playoffs work here in Major League Baseball, you would be in a situation here where the Guardians might be in a position to make a splash. Now, all these teams that you thought were out of it are still in it. Boston's back in it.
Yep.
And
despite what you said, I said, don't you see Boston was dead. I said, give them time, and it didn't take much time. They're back. They're back.
They're back in it.
And Detroit's too is highly underachieved this season.
For sure.
They could get hot. They could pull that 20-7 September like we had and make their run at it. No team in this division is out left Kansas City. And I think it's going to come down to the last week, and it's going to be a lot of games in this, playing amongst the Central Division against our opponents, and we're going to have to win those games to win this division this year. Wild card might not be our option. Probably will not be an option.
I mean, for sure, especially when you have we'll see here. I mean, especially when you have a team like Boston coming out of the East. The Guardians. Listen, it's bad news for teams like the Guardians when you have teams out of the East coming out, that are going to be taking that wild card spot.
Yeah.
So I think it behooves the Guardians to really try and want to, go out and try and make a move at this point. It's a bad buyer's market.
Yeah.
Because there are so many buyers at this point.
Yeah. So many teams are still in that sixth playoff spot now, which I like. I like the extra playoff spot. I think it's perfect where the 1 and the 2 seeds, the best 2 records in the conference, they get a bye, and then that third one, because there could be an under 500 playoff team this year. That West is looking, I think the leading team's under 500 right now.
I mean, I can't remember. It seems like every time there is a under 500 playoff team, it's coming out of the West. Yeah. Like in the 90s, I feel like that happened with the Angels.
Didn't happen with Arizona, I think, too.
Yeah. It seems like it's always coming out of the West here. It is what it is. Oh, yeah. Do we got any comments coming in here, Mike? All right. We got to turn the volume. Let's close this here. Just trying to get in to get some comments, guys. 1 second here. Let's leave the studio.
I'm glad I'm not the one who did this.
Yeah. So we tried to go in so we could see some of the comments on here, but couldn't get the volume down here on the studio. So apologize for that, you guys.
Everybody in the comment section. We would love to get to it.
We would love to get to your comments and see them, but we can't hear with the way we have the technology set up in here. But
yeah, 2 outs left in the top of the 9th here now, and Rocchio's at the plate. Down to his last strike.
Yeah, we got DeLauder on first, and
so a 1-hitter for the Tampa Bay Rays if they can close it out here.
And Rocchio has popped it up deep to third base.
He dropped it.
He dropped
foul ball, and he dropped it.
It's a foul ball deep to third base, but this is
Caminero, my guy. Oof.
And you Guardians fans want Caminero back here.
Right.
You know what I mean? He can't even catch a ball deep to third base.
We would be putting him in left or center field. Put everybody in left or center field.
Oh, for sure. We do have Jose Ramirez there.
Yes.
And, and I think, too, Guardians fans do need to give the Guardians a little bit of a break on Caminero.
Yeah.
Here the thing is that that's what happens in baseball. You're going to have guys that get away that end up being good, and the game is over. We lost 1-0. And, so the Guardians need to make a move for offense here. This is the 4th in a row they've lost, 5th in a row. It's number 5 in a row, I believe.
I believe it's 5, yes.
5 in a row.
2 to Minnesota and 3 here. We just got swept, right? It's 3 game.
So,
that's tough. I mean, everybody else is getting hot, and then
you're getting cold.
Yeah.
And it's not your pitching, it's your hitting.
Yeah, absolutely. The pitching's been just on fire as all season, and it's just frustrating.
It is.
Sorry.
And the thing is that the Guardians, they're run by a great organization, great people.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
you got awesome people. Bob DiBiasio, if you ever get a chance to meet that guy, one of the salt of the earth dude.
Yes.
Like the organization is great people. And you take a look at Toronto, and Toronto really has all, it's Cleveland Guardians North,
Yes.
and they spend money. So it's not a spend money situation, right? Because it has those really smart people up there running it, and they are spending money, and they're also in the AL East, so it's not just spending money, it's spending money correctly.
Right. That's the big thing.
That's a big thing there, but the Guardians, for one reason or another, they just cannot seem to figure this offense out.
No.
And they really have not. I want to give them credit for the Jose Ramirez signing, but they've signed him for so much lower than market value.
Yeah.
It's really hard to give them credit for that, right? The last market value, signing they had was the guy in the back of this uniform, Encarnacion.
That one worked out well.
It did for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then, they sent him away for Jake Bowers and Carlos Santana. And Bowers was another guy they gave up on. You want to say too early, but, I heard somebody saying that you can't wait 10 years for a guy. And that's true.
You can't really, yeah.
Bowers, you saw there was something there with Bowers, but Bowers just took so long to develop.
And it seems like there's a lot more players that are taking time to develop coming out at their age 27 season and stuff. There's just so much young talent, but it does take time to become consistent. I mean, guys like Caminero don't come around too often. And I don't want to beat up on the Guardians because you don't know. You just don't know.
But, that's it. But that's the way it used to be, though, too. You didn't, in the 80s and 90s, guys weren't coming out at 21, 22 years old. They were staying in the minors for a long time. It took a while for guys to develop. It's really kind of getting back to where it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But players cost so much now that these major league teams are trying to get them into the majors so fast.
Yeah.
That I just think guys get rushed a little bit more. And speaking of getting rushed, you guys should really rush down here to Dick's House of Sport in Strongsville, right at South Park Mall. You guys, it is awesome. You can kind of see behind us, man. But if you're looking for baseball, it is the middle of baseball season here. I know if you're playing summer league or all that other stuff, you guys are probably in your tournaments and stuff like that. Dude, they've got all this awesome stuff. So like this right here, I brought this over because I thought this was so cool. They literally they put the donut onto the bat.
Very clever, very unique.
Very unique. It's a speed trainer.
Yes, the weighted bat.
It's a weighted bat. Dude, this is awesome. They got so much cool stuff here. Big League Chew. They actually make them. They're now gumballs. The Big League Chew is gumballs now, right in a bucket.
It's because you know about lettuce. Oh
yeah,
that's not supposed to. It wasn't lettuce, right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be chew.
Yeah. So they don't want to make it look like that. But come on down here, guys, to Dick's House of Sport here in Strongsville at South Park Mall. Yeah, dude, this place is packed right now.
Two floors of sporting goods.
2 floors of sporting goods.
If there's a sport,
they
have it here.
They do. They got Bruce Bolt Chrome Series batting gloves, man. They got literally everything you could ever need as far as any sport that you want to play here. Come check them out, man. And if you come down here, you can also talk some Guardians baseball here with us. The Guardians do lose today 1-0. Man, they just are not able to capitalize on a early double there by Stephen Kwan, and they just
one hit. That was all they were able to
muster.
Another
lack of offense.
I mean, it won't be long till Hanau is on his way, I believe. They're going to give him a shot this year.
You think so?
Velasquez, I hope they can wait. I hope they can put him off another year. But if he's hitting and he's going to come up here and hit, I mean, maybe try it. They got to find somebody to hit.
They have to.
These guys have been given enough time. Arias.
Ask you, is it fair though to count on these young guys to be the ones to come up?
Yeah, I think it is. I think if they want to become stars and be the best at their craft, they need to come out. Yeah. They need to come out firing. They need to hit right away. I mean, you get so many guys. You get so many guys. Down. You get signed up and come down, which is all right. Sign up and come down, which is all right. It's normal. It's kind of nice to see that DeLauder was able to stick around all year. Was able to stick around all year.
Watson.
was yeah, Watson was Watson.
Keep going, buddy.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Where were we talking about again?
So, what's that? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So, yeah, as we were saying here, so we're talking about, the young guys coming up having to be
ready and impactful, yeah,
ready and impactful, and versus guys that they have to trade for.
right. And with Guardians having 6 of the top 100 prospects according to MLB.com,
Mm-hmm.
that's the second most to any other team, and they can push these guys. They have there's momentum. Guys are coming up. Alfonso and Rosario
Mm-hmm.
up to AAA, and he's been doing okay. A couple guys didn't make it the jump so smoothly, and that's okay. It can take time to adjust.
But that goes to what we were talking about before, though. These guys that sometimes it takes a little bit more seasoning. You can't expect them to be coming up at 22, 23, 24 years old and being these guys that are going to carry you into the playoffs.
Right.
And that's where the Guardians are at right now. I understand that they're a player development type organization. They're not an organization that is going to be spending all of this money to, bring in these top free agents, but there's got to be some sort of middle ground in here.
Yeah.
Where, you're going to maybe bring in a guy like a Taylor Ward or somebody who is a mid-level who, is going to give you some decent at-bats, right? And not a guy like Rhys Hoskins, who's 34 years old,
Right.
who's at the end there.
They gave it a shot. It's not gonna last all season.
For sure. There's got to be some sort of middle ground, because you're going to get what you get here.
Yeah.
And the Guardians are just in this position where they're not deep enough right now.
No. Not deep enough with proven players.
Yeah. Well, not deep enough with any, and that's all there is
prospects and what can these guys be?
Yeah, if it's not proven players, you're not deep.
And it's been a long, long road of guys that we expected to come here and hit, and they just haven't. I mean,
for sure. And if you're a team that's not trying to win and you're not expected to win, then you have the time to let these guys develop.
Right.
Part of the problem with the Guardians, over time, even in the 90s and those sorts of things, we've let guys go, and fans get upset. And the issue is that the Guardians have been a winning franchise for the most part for the last 30 years.
Right.
And so you don't have time to let these guys develop.
Right.
You can't let these guys develop. You can't let these guys hit 200 for 3 years.
No.
And so
not in win.
No. And so if you are going to let these guys do that, then you're not going to win.
Nope.
And you miss that opportunity.
That window, a Hall of Fame. You got a Hall of Fame third baseman, and you're going to blow the window.
Uh-huh.
It's sad. Kind of, they need to make a move, shake something up.
Yeah.
So Casey Schmidt's the name that's been thrown out there.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some other names I was hearing. I think it was. I want to say it was Terry Pluto just the other day. Just wrote a story about Lane Thomas, and I know that doesn't excite anybody, but Lane Thomas is hot right now. He could have a good stretch, and he would come so cheap, I would think.
Yeah, the last time he was hot, we traded for him.
Yes.
And then the last time he was hot, we traded for him. It was the last time he was hot in his career.
But he would be a rental, and he had those. I think he had injuries here. It didn't work out the way he wanted to. It would be really nice to see him come back and get some redemption.
I just don't know if there's redemption to be had for him. I don't know if he's that nice of a player, and I don't know that you necessarily. That's a shot that you take when you're in this position.
I mean, what are you going to give up? Relief pitcher, minor league relief pitcher, or something? I mean, it's not a lot. I mean,
I would much rather go after a Casey Schmidt.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
If you go look at his numbers,
not a big on base percentage guy, but that's all right.
21 home runs.
Yep.
272. And if you're hitting 272, that means your on base percentage is already bigger than Angel Martinez.
Yep. Phew.
If you're already hitting 272, you're an on base percentage guy.
It's funny. I was looking at stats. I love looking at stats, obviously. earlier in the year, and Casey Schmidt had a game or a streak of games where his batting average was higher than his on-base percentage. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. It means he's either getting sacrificed flies or sacrificed bunts.
Yeah.
But there was a stretch in the season where his average was higher, like for like 10 games. And I just thought that was such an incredible anomaly. It's one of those weird things. And another guy that we're talking about too, Luis Arias, right?
Yeah.
He's a possibility.
But that's another guy too that just doesn't, ESPN specifically listed him when they were doing their, top guys to be traded. He's one of the first guys they listed as a possibility for the Guards.
Mhm.
But he just doesn't make any sense to me. Where do you play him?
Right.
That guy hasn't played the outfield in 5-6 years.
Right.
Are you sending Pizzana down?
That's what you would have to do at that point. Yeah. If you brought
Or
him,
are you gonna move him to the
in.
outfield?
I don't like the idea. I know they've been talking about moving to Pizzana to the outfield. I personally don't like the idea. I don't know. His defense needs work, to say the least.
Okay,
but-
so that's what I'm saying. Where do you put him? So that if you are trading for him, right? You can't play him at shortstop, and he's not your third baseman.
only one other place first.
But he hasn't played first in quite a bit either, right?
Yeah.
So what are you putting him in left field? Because it seems like you're set with Quan back in left field. It seems like that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And Angel Martinez is going to be your center fielder again, and DeLauder is your right field.
That should be your everyday team.
So where are you putting a guy like him?
Not much room for him, but it's sad because there's a lot of guys not performing.
Yeah.
But do we want to give up on him? Do we want to, go a different direction from these guys? And they need to decide that for sure.
Yeah.
Luis Arias is a three-time batting champ. 3 seasons, I believe, with 200 hits.
He's a good hitter.
He's, a matter of fact, the only hitter in modern Major League Baseball since 1870 to have 200 hits in a season while playing for 2 different franchises. Only player ever to do that. Sorry, that's the random knowledge. Just knowledge that's stuck in my brain.
He's a good hitter, man.
Yeah.
He's definitely a good hitter. Just he doesn't hit for power, and defensively, he just has not been that good most of his career. I know this year he's having a good year at second base, but you've already made that commitment to Pizzana.
Yeah.
And you
gave him, number 1 pick. It's almost like he's, got to get that time as being the number 1 pick. He deserved it. He earned it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's not an issue right now, I don't think. He's a young player. He's gonna have his streaks, his ups and downs. So not the worst problem on our team. And so where to put these guys too.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could trade a few of these guys and bring somebody big in.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's gonna have to be the way to go.
I mean, yeah, you have, and your top prospects too are in spots that you're set.
Yeah.
Roku, I think, is your guy at shortstop.
Yeah.
And so that's your top prospect.
Yeah.
And when you want a splash guy, they're going to be asking for your top prospect. So you're definitely in a position to make a splash.
Right. And Hanau has impressed me because he stepped up from AA to AAA and his numbers got better. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Where he improved as he stepped up. And to me, that's exciting. Because that means he's figuring stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to get it, I think. I want to see him obviously play some games before I start giving him a contract too. But as we were talking about before too, Pizzana, don't think they should lock him up quite yet. I don't think he's.
I know Logan wants to lock him up.
Logan wants him locked up. Yes.
Logan wants him locked up in his basement.
That's true for Logan. Yes.
Logan.
He wants to write songs about him.
He wants to write songs about him and with him. If you guys have ever seen the movie Misery, that's what Logan wants to do with Travis Pizzana.
Lock him up.
Yeah.
That's funny. No, I mean, if there's somebody, I think DeLauder, honestly, is the better hitter than Pizzana right now.
Yeah, I mean, DeLauder definitely has more power, but DeLauder is another one of those guys that you're so scared of his injuries.
Yes.
And you wonder why he can't stay healthy. And then you watch him play.
Yeah.
And you see exactly why he can't stay. He's got the Grady Sizemore
running into the wall. I'm gonna run through the wall to catch this ball.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, just play it off the wall.
Yeah.
Play it off the wall. Because I would rather that guy get to second base than not have you for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Than not have you for 2 months.
Right.
Then not have you for the next 6 years.
And hopefully they're training these guys and teaching them, coaching them to do that.
Yeah, but you can't teach or coach that. You either play the game a certain way or you don't.
It's very true. Very true.
You can't coach. You were never going to coach that out of Grady Sizemore.
No,
you're not going to
something like that. You can't. That's an inherited trait. It's
for sure. You're not going to coach that out of Chase Delauder.
Mike Trout. Right.
You're not going to coach that out of Mike Trout.
Right.
Mike.
That's these guys, and that's their game. That's what gives them the longevity. So I get it.
Or gives them not the longevity.
Yeah.
Mike Trout hasn't played 120 games in 5 years or something crazy like that, because he keeps running into walls.
So are the Angels not good because he doesn't play, or are they just not good?
I mean, I think they really have just not had a consistent team around him.
Yeah, that's true.
They do sign, they go out there and they do sign free agents. The way baseball's set up, though, a lot of these guys aren't, they weren't hitting free agency until they're 30. And the Angels are signing these guys to 12-year deals at 29, 30 years old.
Yeah.
And you get what you get. And then, they
tie
go
yourself up there.
Oh, then Anthony Rendon, you go sign that guy to the deal, and he didn't love baseball anymore by the time he signs that deal. So you can't keep signing these guys to these huge deals that either can't play or don't want to play. And that's, what the Angels kept doing. The Angels are the Clippers.
Yeah.
Clippers
of the MLB.
Clippers of the MLB. The Dodgers are the Lakers. Everybody, if you go to LA, you want to play for the Dodgers. You don't want to play for the Angels.
Yeah.
And
the Knicks are now the evil empire.
Yeah. And so that's and Pickle Rick calls. And
thank you for the comment.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. And so I think that's part of the problem with the Angels as well, is that they're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, but they're not really in Los Angeles.
No.
And people don't want to play for the Angels the same way that they want to play for the Dodgers.
Absolutely not. Dodgers have that long storied history that everybody wants just to put on. I don't know everybody, but even as a kid, Dodgers were my favorite team.
That's because they were still kind of Brooklyn to you.
I don't know. They were good though. I loved Kirk Gibson.
Yeah.
Oral Hershiser was my favorite player when I was in 8th grade.
For sure.
Or when I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
What's
that, Mike? Yeah, we're talking Dodgers though, bro. So Mike's over here just adding stuff.
Did Kenny play for LA?
Maybe he did.
I think he might have played for LA once.
Mike's now looking it up. You just totally disrupted the flow of the show.
Yeah.
He used to scream out Kenny Lofton.
We should be screaming out Carlos Baerga.
Yeah. Who we're going to see actually August 1st.
Wow.
It's
I'm so
Shenanigans.
excited.
So if you do get the chance, coming out to Shenanigans August 1st down in Dover, Ohio, Carlos Baerga is going to be there signing autographs.
This is the Tuscarawas. Oh my gosh, I can't even say that.
Tuscarawas Browns backers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and they've been so great to us.
Oh, they've been incredible, man. Dude, Rich is the man.
Yeah.
So make sure
you guys.
Yeah, make sure you're coming out there to
get your autographs.
Meet Carlos Baerga. Actually, so I have a friend of mine that I used to work at Applebee's met him at a wedding last night.
Wow.
And so I sent her the flyer. I said, well, maybe you can go get an autograph from Carlos August 1st. And she goes, funny enough, he was trying to get everybody to go. So he was promoting the premiere.
He's pimping his appearance. Yeah. He seems to take that very seriously on his page. And he's looks like he's starting to grow something.
Yeah.
So it's nice that.
Well, he is Carlos Baerga.
Yes. Yes. The one and only.
Yeah. Man, Mark Trumba. I wish that Mark Trumba was around more, because he was the one that did the Carlos Baerga, at Jacobs Field.
Yeah, I don't even want to try it. I'll embarrass myself.
I try it. I can't do it.
Maybe if you gurgle water. Baerga. Let's give it a shot. Don't and you spray over everything. Carlos Baerga.
Talking off mic, no one can hear him. Yeah.
we were given a challenge, but We will not accept him
Yeah, we're not accepting Mike's challenge.
drinking water and trying to say Carlos.
Yeah, I can't roll my R's. But so check us out August 1st. Come on out there. Bearded Browns will be there. Some guys from Guards-Mania will be there. Some guys, we
Yeah.
are some guys.
Yeah.
And-
Hopefully Logan will be there. I miss Logan.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him in a while.
I don't think Logan's gonna be there.
No.
Yeah, you just threw him under the bus.
Oops.
Yeah,
He's golfing, I think, right?
yeah, he's
Was it
golfing.
golf?
Yeah, I think he's golfing. He's actually with the Scottish Hammer today.
Oh, that's right.
The Scottish Hammer.
Right. That's why he's not here
Yeah,
driving in the driving range over there
Yeah.
or buying golf gloves.
yeah. Or and then during the week he works.
Yeah.
So he doesn't do the shows on the weekends. So
Yeah.
he's here in spirit. He's always in spirit.
Always. Absolutely. Always.
Yeah. I wonder if Logan actually golfs.
Or if he just like brings water out to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if he's just like driving the.
I'm gonna say he does. I'm gonna say he's got a nice swing because he was a good baseball player, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, he says.
Yeah. Every,
I don't know, Logan, if you do the hair thing, send us a message and with a video of you doing the hair thing on the course. We're wondering if you actually golf, Logan, or if you just like sing your songs on the golf cart for everybody during their backswing. So the Guardians lost 1-0 today to the Tampa Bay Rays.
Rays
They were the
tough.
Devil Rays today, man.
They were the Devil Rays, and like you said, they were bad as the Devil Rays. It was that first season when they switched to the Rays that they got to the World Series.
Yeah.
But they are bad. They're bad, and I don't mean bad as in bad. I mean bad as in good. They're a bad club. They
So no one really understands what you mean by bad.
they're you know what? You're right. Let me elaborate.
Yeah, tell us what you mean.
They got the speed.
Yeah.
They got the power.
Yeah.
They put pressure on your defense
Yeah.
to make plays. They can bunt.
Yeah.
This team can almost do it all
Yeah.
offensively.
Yeah.
And their pitching staff,
Yeah.
phenomenal. To me, they're one of the top 3 teams in the
The
AL.
Tampa
And-
Bay Rays.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the AL.
Yeah.
I don't think that's too big of a reach.
No, I don't think it's a big reach
And we'll see what happens when we go down there.
for sure. I mean, they served us.
St. Pete was not a nice place for us this time.
No, it wasn't, and it hasn't really been in the past either.
No.
That unfortunately the Rays just handed it to us 1-0, swept us here. And the Guardians were coming up here. Trade deadline is in 8 days.
Yeah.
8 days here, and I'm
And we
on
get to
Taylor.
August 4th, right? August 4th, I think, this year.
We're on a Taylor Ward watch right now. Taylor Ward is still 1 for 1. We haven't updated any at bats here. The Orioles are in the 4th inning here, and I really think that is the guy that the Guardians got to go out there and get. We can't see the comments here today, but let us know in the comments. We
Yeah.
can see it on the replay here. Who do you guys think that the Guardians should be going out and getting? We know that they definitely need some right-handed power.
Yeah. What bat are you bringing in, and what are you willing to give up? Because like we said, we've talked about the wealth of depth as far as prospects go. So who are you willing to give up, and who do you
Hanau.
want to bring in?
I mean, I don't know if I'm giving up Hanau for Ward. I think it's
Yeah,
got to be definitely a
wouldn't.
top guy.
I don't think Ward, Garner's your number 1 prospect. Maybe Cooper Ingle could for Ward.
Okay.
I would be okay with that.
You think so?
If Baltimore did.
I mean, Engel was at one point in time your number 1 prospect.
I
though,
know.
until he started playing left field.
I know. And not all of that I'm going to put on him because, 9 games he played in the minors in left field before they threw him out
Yeah.
there. But he made a big mental error too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that's, you should be focused
Yeah.
from the moment you're up there, especially being a young, and it happens. And I feel bad. I felt bad for him. I felt terrible for the kid. You can see it in his
Yeah.
face. And he just could never recover.
Mm-hmm.
So if we bring him back, who knows if he's gonna be, that AAA Ingle that we know, or if he's going to just be the same hitless guy.
Kind of reminds me of who was that switch hitting catcher that we had about 10 years ago that we traded?
Victor?
No. 10 years ago, not Victor Martinez. That was about 20 years ago. We had him.
Oh my God.
He was a switch hitting catcher, and he went on that hit streak.
Oh yeah.
And we
Francisco
initially-
Mejia.
Yeah, Francisco Mejia wasn't a very good catcher. He was supposed to be all bat,
No.
but he was 5'6", and then never really ended up being. Cooper Ingles to me seems to be that type of prospect
Yeah.
where, the numbers say that he's a prospect, but there's just something seems to be missing there.
Right. Whether it's the defense,
Even the offense never ended up being there.
no, in the majors, no, it never came to fruition here.
He just was a 4A player.
Yep.
And we haven't really seen too much from Engel. To I don't want to put that on the guy, but
yeah,
at this point in his career, but he didn't look very good offensively when he was up here, and defensively.
Yeah, he was a liability
for sure
at best, and that's sad to say.
For sure.
And this team needs to save runs if they're not scoring runs. So yeah, he to me he's a definite piece to move.
Yeah.
There's some young guys too. Uniker Caceres just got moved up to high A.
Mm-hmm.
He's 18 years old. This is my personal favorite prospect the Guardians have. He's got this young kid. He's already getting his pop.
Mm-hmm.
Plays outfield, some speed, but he's the most exciting prospect. And it's going to be some time before he gets here.
Yeah,
but he's my number one prospect for that, in my opinion, of the Guardians. So,
and it's amazing, when you think about like these Guardians prospects. In some organizations, you have these 18-year-olds that are up here immediately.
Yeah.
And then, the Guardians, sometimes it just seems like it takes forever.
They try to milk these guys, right? They try to get everything they can out of these young guys before they got to pay them.
Yeah.
It's just the Cleveland model.
Yeah. And we want to shout out to Omar Ortiz over here, man. He comes in here and he does so much video work here for both Bearded Browns and Guards-Mania. He came in here, did a bunch of B-roll for us. Just want to give him a shout out. Coming out here and helping us.
There you go. This is Omar. Welcome to the show, Omar. Who do you want the Guardians to pick up or trade for?
LeBron.
You guys, you heard it first. LeBron. He's coming here to play center field.
He wants Justin LeBron.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they can't trade him. They just drafted him.
Yeah, that's right. Have a good one, buddy. Thank you for coming out and helping.
Take care, Omar. Appreciate you, man.
We're out here at Dick's House of Sports, Strongsville, South Park Mall, on the first floor in the baseball section, man. And if you guys can just take a look, this is so cool. They have Rawlings Gold Glove over here. So saying that the Gold Glove is $1,957. I wonder if these Gold Gloves are like broken in. If you could actually play with them.
I think it would take a long time to break in a golden glove.
You think so?
Yeah.
Gold is soft, though.
That's true. Gold is very pliable.
It's very pliable. That's why it's in like Goldschlager, and you can drink it and it digests.
So maybe those are edible gloves. Is that what you're saying?
It might be edible leather. I think it's just gold plated on the leather.
Yeah.
So
they're pretty sharp, though.
They might. Yeah, they're pretty cool looking. I bet you could play with them if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It might crack. I don't know. But it looks like it's a $2,000 glove over there, but they're not for sale. So don't come in here asking to buy them because that's not a price tag. I think it's just letting you know like how much those things cost to plate. But it is pretty cool here to see, a Gold Glove award. Omar Vizquel has like 13 of these.
Yes. So what? He can get like 2,000 a piece if he wants to sell them.
Yeah. He could buy a used car at this point with
the Gold Glove money.
The Gold Glove money. Guardians 1-0, man.
Oh gosh,
losing a lot of games here. We spent a lot of the year here in first place, and they are losing ground here. And it's not pitching.
No,
it's hitting.
Yep.
The Guardians. They keep playing it. They keep playing in a way and keep operating in a way that they have this depth. And they were 15-15 without Jose Ramirez, and it's a miracle that they played 500 ball without him.
Absolutely.
But it gave everybody a chance to catch up.
Yeah.
And now that he's back, they're not winning.
No.
So this is they have an opportunity here. They have a depth. They have a wealth of depth in the farm system. They can make a move here.
Right.
Other than hitting.
I mean, we're stocked, if you want to go into specifics, on outfield prospects. I mean, you got, I mentioned Alfonso Rosario, Jason Churio, Aaron Walton,
Mm-hmm.
Jace LaViolette.
Our first round pick last year.
Yeah. Aaron Walton was like a second round pick, and he's been doing good in the minors. And I'm forgetting one. Forgive me, but I'm forgetting one that I on the list.
What would you be interested? We were talking about the Angels before, and like a Reed Detmeyer's Joe Adell package.
Absolutely.
What
Absolutely.
What are you willing to give up for that?
Cooper Engel first. Maybe $100 gift cards at Dick's House of Sports.
Yeah. Some big league chew gumballs.
I would give up one of our pitching prospects. Maybe, we have a few of those too.
What about an Angel Hanau?
I really want to see him. In one of our uniforms.
But where do you play him though? You're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to move. You're gonna make a move. Do you trade Bazana?
That's what I'm asking you. No.
He said that show's over if we trade.
Yeah.
Bazana.
What about Rocchio? Would you move Rocchio in that deal?
Yes.
Would you move Rocchio to the Angels for?
Rocchio reminds me very much of Jimenez that we had.
Mm-hmm.
He just the same type of player, and not that we don't need a good player like that. It was just I think we could get something better.
You don't think he has a better bat than Jimenez?
It's hard to say. It really is because he's just breaking out this year. But I'm just thinking, I don't know what his ceiling is. I think other people in this organization have a higher ceiling than Rocchio. But he's been amazing this year, and I'm so happy for him.
Man, I will tell you on MLB The Show, Rocchio, I've gotten him hitting like 28, 29 home runs a year eventually. But
then again, you are a fan of the steroid era, so you probably have him doing steroids.
I did steroid him up a little bit. You know what I mean? If they tested Brian Rocchio on MLB The Show,
your organization's going down
a little bit. We do.
They're going to take your first round pick, your second round pick.
They're going to take some stuff away from me if I get tested. I'm definitely in the edit screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for Brian Rocchio, though, so you're talking you would do so like a Brian Rocchio and a Cooper Engel for Reed Detmers and Joe Adell.
Yeah, I mean, I would throw in Joey Oki. He's pitching. He's horrible this year, but he was one of our top 5 picks one year, and they gave him way over slot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give up on a guy like that already? It's because he's struggling mightily. I mean, his whip is almost 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're going to throw him in there? So those 3 for those 2?
I'd seen, when I was seeing, I would do that. But when I was seeing online people saying Oki, and it's like, I don't know that he's got that value because he's not pitching well. But I would do it. Yeah. So you would
Rocchio off the roster.
Yeah.
And you think now is ready to go. You want to see him up on a playoff team.
Well, how about this? Then let's go out and get Arias. Let's make 2 moves. Let's make 2 splashes.
Okay.
We're talking about the depth.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Hold on to these guys?
Uh-huh.
I mean.
So then who's your shortstop?
You got Hanau, or does Arias play short?
No.
I thought he was second base.
He's second base.
So, yeah, you got Hanau. And you got Arias still backing him up.
But then you're going to get Luis. I can never say his name.
You're right. It doesn't solve. We're going to have to give up Bazana in that, and we already discussed we're not giving up Bazana.
Yeah, we still want Bazana to play.
Yeah.
So that it just.
What point is a lack of production become fatal? Like say that we can't take it anymore.
For sure, but the Rocchio has been producing though.
Yes, he has,
and he's been playing the defense that you want. He is at one point in time he was your top shortstop prospect. He was the guy that was supposed to replace Lindor.
Yeah,
and now he's playing at that level.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm too hard on the guy or expect more, but it's.
Is Hanau a guy that you see if he can play center field?
I say no.
No way. No way on that one?
No, I don't know. Yeah, of course you have to see if that's what you're going to have to do, move him, because he said, I think they want to keep him. I think they want to, bring him up at the end of this year. So they're going to find something. If it means Bazana goes down, maybe, which would be a shock, but. Who knows?
Maybe one of them goes to third base.
And Jose becomes DH.
DH.
I mean, I've thought about that recently. Jose is 34, broken hand. His style of play, like we talked about, lends itself to injury because he's so intense and so aggressive. Yeah, I don't know.
They got a lot to think about here.
Yeah. Yes.
And for a team that really needs offensive help, it just seems like there's not a lot of places
to get it, to get proven help. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're taking flyers on almost all these guys, you know, and that's the scary part. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's why I advocate for Lane Thomas, because although we know what's going to get, it might not be much. We know what we're going to get.
Nothing.
But you know what he could.
But you're going to get nothing.
So let me ask you this. So when you see that a player has one season like that, does that make you feel like he could do that again?
No.
Ever?
No.
So once he's done, like you can't return to that consistency. Like one good year, 3 bad years, and then all of a sudden, boom.
I think that, when you had a guy that was hot like that, right? And you trade for him, and then he has several bad years for you, and then he goes somewhere else and gets hot again. He's not going to have that. He's not going to stay hot for you.
It's like the girlfriend that got away.
Well, I don't even think it's like that. What's his name that was only good for the Pacers?
Yeah.
Lance Stevenson.
Yeah.
There's certain guys that are just only good certain places, and there's certain guys that are bad certain places.
Yeah.
There's a relief pitcher, I can't think of his name, that's only good for the Braves over the last 5-6 years. I can't think of his name right now, but there's a guy that literally only pitches well for the Braves, and he goes somewhere else and he's garbage and he gets released, and then the Braves pick him up.
Pick him back up.
And I can't think of his name at the moment, but there's certain guys that just don't, for whatever reason, they don't perform certain places. And if you are the Kansas City Royals, where you're taking flyers on guys and you're not expecting to compete, then you take a flyer on a guy like Lane Thomas and you see what you get. But you're competing right now. And Lane Thomas, you've already driven down that road.
I mean, even if you get him for next to nothing.
Yeah, he's still taking that roster spot.
But he's an improvement, in my opinion, over some of the guys they have.
Over what? Who's the improvement over?
Watson. I mean, Watson is exciting and young, and I love Watson. But right now, his hitting, he needed to go down. He had 3 walks, 32 strikeouts, and I think 80-something at bats that he got. So it's going to be good for him to go down in the minors, I think, and look at some more pitches and
for sure, but
work on whatever he learned here.
But if they're both hitting 170, that's what Lane Thomas was doing here.
He was, but you got to bet that he's going to continue. Like he's going to stay hot when he gets here.
But he didn't, though.
He didn't.
When he did last time, when we traded, when we got him from Washington, he didn't stay hot here.
Maybe I'm too much of a forgiving guy. Although I wouldn't welcome Trevor Bauer back, and I know you would.
Oh, I would definitely welcome Trevor Bauer back.
Yeah. So I don't know,
because Trevor Bauer's performance never waned on the field.
No.
And what he was accused of, he was found innocent of. It was, found that like he was he was his accuser. Whatever his accuser made it up.
Right.
So Trevor Bauer, I would definitely welcome him back.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't do it.
I know he's a jerk.
I don't want the circus that comes with him. It's just too much for this team, I think.
Yeah, I would definitely take him back.
He's like, yeah, I'd take him back.
I would definitely take him back. I mean, at this point, with what you need another pitcher. You need the Guardians are in a situation where for nothing, I'll take a guy. I'll take a guy in a circus if he's going to perform. Lane Thomas, he's not a guy that has performed, and he can't hit right-handed pitching.
He's just a trapeze artist, you're saying?
Yes.
A one-trick pony?
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably right. Like I said, it's a very just cheap option.
For sure.
So,
but
like you said, they're taking a roster spot.
They're taking a roster spot, and they're filled with cheap options.
Yeah.
Might as well go get Ryan Ludwig.
I want Sal Stewart. Love Sal Stewart. There's no way the Reds will give him up.
Oh, for sure. But he's another left-handed bat, though.
That's true. It's true.
And
that's what I liked about Meade. He was a righty.
for sure.
And they could have put him at first. Get rid of Hoskins and spell Manzardo.
For sure.
Then we both talked about Manzardo. We don't think he's an issue on this team. He's cheap option at first. He's just underperformed, or maybe this is how he is going to perform. You know, like I said, maybe that was his peak last year. So we'll have to see with him.
For sure. I mean, I still think I know Manzardo's having a bad July.
Yeah.
You know, but he had a good May and June. He's definitely got the power there.
Yeah. And these guys are still 25, 26. And we've been talking about that. It takes guys to 27 sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes 28. I think Casey Schmidt's 20. I could be wrong about that. I thought he was 27.
I think one of the big problems with Manzardo is that he has a dumb mustache.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I mean? That mustache just like it's not thick enough. You know what I mean? And I think when you grow mustaches that just aren't really thick enough to grow in the way he has that,
it's going to affect your play on the field.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you guys didn't hear it, Mike says I eat my mustache daily. So I do need to trim it a little bit, as you guys can see, but it's still thick enough. You know what I mean?
You know, he's got the Browns colors in there.
Yeah, I got all the colors in
orange
there.
and brown right
and
there.
Gray. Orange and brown and gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, white.
And white. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So orange and brown and gray, you know, so it's all the Browns colors.
I just have gray.
Yeah.
Maybe some red.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least you got hair.
Yeah. I got a little bit. So, you know, what we're saying here is that I think if Manzardo shaved that mustache,
I think it would give him the power.
I would.
Or does every player on the team grow the same mustache?
No. I think he needs to shave it because here, let me show you. Actually, we have a bat right here. So what it is, so I'm righty, but Manzardo, when he has a mustache like that, that's like not fully grown in, it affects his bat speed because he can't get his head up fast enough. Yeah, here. So you hold this mic for me. So like hold it this way. So when Manzardo has a mustache the way he does, like as it comes the way it's heavy, and he tries to bat. If you notice, he has lots of swings and misses. You notice he doesn't follow the ball. You're supposed to watch the ball to the bat, right? So when you're batting, you watch the ball to the bat, right? Manzardo's not doing that, right? The mustache, he can't keep his head up. Right? So when the ball's coming in, right?
So his mustache is weighing him down?
Yeah.
It's pulling his head down.
Yeah, so he's pulling his head down and he's swinging like this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So his mechanics are off because his mustache is too heavy for his face. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit what he should have.
So can he counterbalance with a beard or a goatee?
Nah, I think he just needs to shave the mustache off so he can lift his head up.
Yeah, he needs long hair too.
Or he needs to do shoulder shrugs. He needs to do more shoulder shrugs so he can lift his head up.
Maybe he had a hard time as a baby lifting his head. I know that happens sometimes.
Maybe, yeah. So Kyle Manzardo, if you need help with shoulder shrugs or shaving the mustache, let us know here at Guards-Mania. We will definitely help you out.
If you're a late bloomer.
Yeah. And listen, dude, I couldn't grow a beard till I was 28.
Yeah, I still can't grow what we call them connectos, where my mustache connects to my beard. I still can't grow them.
Yeah. I think I would call them connectees.
Connectees and
yeah, connectees. Do you have connectees, Mike?
He does.
Mike was born with a beard, though. Mike was born 6'2" with a beard. He only grew like an inch. He killed his mother during birth.
See his mom, huh?
Yeah, she died.
Oh, yikes.
All right. Well, it's been about an hour, and I think announcing the death of Mike's mother should probably be pretty close to the end of it here. Yeah, in 2011. All right, guys.
So he's only 15. He's accelerated.
Yeah. Oh, he's all right, guys.
Yeah. Better end it there.
Yeah, we're gonna end it here. You guys, thank you very much for joining us, man. It's been awesome down here at Dick's House of Sport. You guys, come on down here. There's so many people down here, man. They're playing in the batting cages. Yeah, come on down here. Tell them we sent you. Guards-Mania, Bearded Browns, Gary, Eric, Mike. Tell them we sent you down here at South Park Mall. Dude, it is awesome down here. After we get out here, we're going to go into the batting cages. And I don't know, we're going to go have some fun here.
Get some swing analysis.
Yeah.
And don't tell them Eric sent you because they're going to be like, who?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to go golfing like Logan. And I've been doing my shoulder presses so I can swing a baseball bat while lifting my head. Kyle Manzardo, we're going to have to talk about that mustache, either exercises or shaving that mustache so you can lift your head up and swing the bat.
Yes.
Eric?
That's all, man. I got nothing else.
All right. Thank you very much, man. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for spinning the dials for us, Michael Wilkes.
Thank you, Mike.
I'm Gary Fair.
ES Green.
Go Guards.
Go Guards.
Woo.